Hi, everybody. Well, we have another series to announce. We've been watching a few of them. The new one is on, what, Prime, right? Mm-hmm. So if you have Amazon, you have access to this. And who, let's face it, who doesn't have Amazon nowadays? Reacher, based on the Tom Cruise movie character, Jack Reacher.
Which was based on a series of novels.
Yeah. So, but that's where I would know it is from the movie, because I didn't read the novels. And it's a different character. It's not Tom Cruise. So, did it work? Or not? Like it's great, but I mean, but so we go from Jack Reacher, Tom Cruise, 5'7", to Jack Reacher, 6'5",
and built like a brick.
Yeah.
Now, if we're talking about Jack Reacher, I am a Tom Cruise superfan.
Yes.
I know a lot of people don't like him. I adore him. Okay, he's my guy. But I remember watching Reacher with Tom Cruise and thinking, this is pretty mediocre.
See, I liked the fact that he was the understated character. Like he was Tom Cruise, because he's not big and bulky, so everyone misjudged him.
Yeah, but the novels themselves apparently had a big guy as the character.
It could be.
So he was out of place even there.
Yeah, but I just saying I like
whoever was in charge of
that
casting
style.
Didn't read the story.
Tom must have liked the Reacher character and said, I want to make the movie.
And everyone said, okay. No one says no to Mr. Tom.
But now we have, what's his name? Alan Ritchson. And I only knew him from Titans. He's a big guy, blonde, chiseled face. So this is what I'm gathering is
more to form.
More for the novel character, right?
Yeah. And they quote his size many times in this series. Like at least a couple times every episode. Mm. Oh, we don't have clothes that fit you. Oh, there was a linebacker for the Green Bay Packers that maybe the clothes will fit you. And all this guy. Hey, big fella. Always talking about his size.
Making a point.
If you want to understand the intimidation factor here, the very opening sequence of scenes, he gets into town, he sees a guy roughing up his girlfriend or his wife, and he just turns and he starts looking at him. Doesn't say a word. And the guy starts getting all, hey, you get out of here, this is none of your business. And he doesn't say anything. He just stands there looking at him. The guy's just, his will just plummets, and he's just, okay, I'm sorry, it won't happen again. Because this guy's big, big.
I mean, that's kind of the response I get when I look at people.
Because Mark is huge too.
Clothes don't fit him neither. For a different reason.
You guys are so mean.
Mark ever gets in a fight, he's going to break out in song.
Well, hey, gotta do what I gotta do. Gotta use my abilities.
Just beat it!
We're getting off track.
All right. So the story basically unfolds in one town. This entire series takes place in one town. And it goes, at first I think it's like a small country hick town. Mm-hmm. It can't be, because like 1,000 people die in this series. There's not 1,000 people in this town.
Okay, it's not like a small western town.
Yeah, but when he arrives, that's the vibe I got. Like he arrives at a diner, and it's small town sheriffs pull him in, right?
Tumbleweed.
Yeah. I'm thinking, oh, this is just a small little town in Midwest, United States. But no, there's a big sheriff's department and the cartel. Where is this? Georgia, right?
Sure.
Yeah. Well, it's Atlanta, Georgia. They're doing part of the story. The reason why they're there that we find out at the end. But we can't spoil this because you might not have seen it yet.
Who is Reacher? Reacher used to be Special Forces, but also one of their prime investigators. So he's really, really super smart in detective work. And he's also really super talented when it comes to fighting. And he's a very subdued guy. Like, no words for the first 30 minutes of the show. Like, he barely says anything because he's just tough and doesn't want to. But a bunch of people die. And he ends up being a really valuable resource for the authorities who don't even want him there and suspect him, but he ends up helping them. That's what the series is about.
Yeah, and he's been a military family right from the get-go, and there are some flashbacks that you see, and I normally hate flashbacks in storytelling in series. I liked the flashbacks in this.
Flashbacks
Every time
are good
the two
when they
brothers
offer
were
some context.
like the stories and it didn't go on forever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, half the time they wouldn't even show you what happened. It would just be them talking, and you know what's about to happen, and they would cut back to the regular scene.
Yeah, normally child actors or young actors I find kind of cringy. Okay, let's get past this part. But they were cool.
Yeah.
Like one of them, I don't want to spoil it because it's a cool moment, but he just does something and you're going, oh yeah, all right.
Yeah. I know the moment you're talking about, and so I like the flashbacks in this. I like the acting overall in this. Now, some of the police is hard to keep track of. Some of the side characters, who's this guy, who's that guy, and some of the story you have to go, like the shooting. Like machine gun bullets everywhere, and a guy that's 6'5" just dodge. You know, but the fight scenes, the hand-to-hand combat was done really, really well. Now, this is not for the weak of heart. There is a lot of very gross things in this series.
Not overdone, no, I don't think.
No, but if you're squeamish about bodies and stuff like that and pain, some of this stuff might disturb you. Like the way they kill people.
Trigger warning.
What'd you think about the love interest? The romance?
I believed it in this one. And it wasn't, like, overly done to the point. And the love interest and everything, but they separate the characters in the middle of the story. They're not like, it's not a helpless damsel in distress or anything like that.
No, like, the love interest is another cop, and she's petite, I guess, but she's a spark plug. Like, she says she's going to take you down.
Yeah.
So she's not afraid or intimidated by anyone, even somebody this big. And I really enjoyed their bond.
And even when she's fighting, she's fighting somebody who's bigger than her, who has much more weight, and that he tosses her around, like he flips her off of her, but she maneuvers herself like you would if you're under the size of the person you're fighting. You know, so I like the way they did. She didn't just all of a sudden go cha 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 boom boom, you're dead. No, she fought, she grappled, and she did. I liked the fighting
too.
Yeah, I liked the way they did the fighting. It wasn't like you see strong female character, what that quote is nowadays, right? Where they can do no wrong, right? They're super talented and can flip all over the place. No, it was a rough and tumble fight, and true to form.
I enjoyed seeing her on screen just as much as Reacher.
Yep. Yep. The one person that seemed out of place was the mayor. Like I still remember him from
cartoony villain kind of thing.
Yeah, I still also remember
Boss Hog.
Exactly.
He was in Magnum PI at one point before. Like, and he's never changed his character. He's always that guy. So I had a hard time with him in this as being that ultra bad guy in here. But
well, he served a purpose for me. I hated him, which was what I was supposed to be doing, and I didn't find anything wrong with him.
What about the son? The main villain in this that turns out to be the main villain.
I thought he was appropriately creepy and psychotic. I just wish his stature would have been bigger, because he didn't intimidate me.
No, but I wish he would have had bigger guys around him. Like, he was bigger than his toady that was going around with him, and I'm going, the toady gets right in the guy's face, and I'm going, dude, you're toast. What are you thinking? That's like me going up against The Rock and saying, oh yeah? Say that to my face. Yeah.
Maybe they did that on purpose to make Reacher look bigger? I don't know.
You didn't need to make him. He's 6'5". The guy's a tank. So, I wish he would have hired some big country boys, you know what I mean, around him, right? They're from the country. Instead, they have this little city weasel kind of looking guy. That, although, isn't that the guy driving the truck at one point, and he comes out, that tense moment, and he comes out of the hotel room without his shirt on, and he's like ripped?
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter if you're 5'4" and ripped.
I know, but he didn't look ripped until that scene. Like, he just looked like a toad. You know what I mean? Like a skinny little runt. So, yeah. But I liked the actors. I liked him being calm and cool. What I would have liked to have seen the bad guy, like, give us a little bit more hints of his instability, like not being stable during the series. Because he kind of goes unstable last episode.
Kind of, yeah.
You know, where the other one, he's just calm. What are you going to do about it? I'm rich. I'm a rich kid's son and blah, blah, blah. And I have other people do my stuff for me, blah, blah, blah. And you don't really know how he's involved. And then you find out he's a whack job. So, okay.
Looking forward to another season?
I'm definitely going to watch the next season.
I would watch another season of this. I watched it all in one night, so pretty good. 8 episodes. That was a long series.
Please don't take this the wrong way, but I'm really liking the new focus on masculinity. Like, you got the Northman, big strong fighter guy. You got this Reacher guy, big. I'm looking forward to these male heroes being
Massive.
male, masculine, alpha. I'm tired
Because we've been without it.
You're
for so
looking
long.
for the Stallone Schwarzenegger character again.
I didn't realize how much I missed that, and I'm glad to see that there is some testosterone-based heroes giving entertainment.
Yeah, and not cringy
No.
testosterone. Like Triple X with Vin Diesel when he's trying to be really tough and cool and everything. He's not.
No, like even Reacher, he's massive. You know he could do the job. He's gonna tear you apart, but he's still subdued and has composure.
Yeah, he's not a jerk.
No.
And
He's not an animal. He's
yeah, and he just knows that if stuff goes down, he's capable of doing it.
Look at me. I need something to aspire to.
Yes.
Does he ever?
Yeah. Right now he's trying to aspire to Chippendales, get to those Rescue Rangers category, and then he can start working out. Because right now he's at Chippendale level. And not the Chippendales you thought of when I said it. All right, what would you give the show?
8.
8.
All right, 8s across the board. Definitely worth a season 2. I'll be honest, I didn't know much about these actors going in, and I came back liking them. Liking their acting, at least for these characters. Both the female lead and the male lead. I would watch this again. Unfortunately, we can't go back to that town because they're all dead. But we'll look forward to the next town when they cause havoc, wreak havoc, when Reacher comes to town. Let us know in the comments. Have you checked it out? Until next time, we'll see you on the channel. Like it's great, but I mean, but